Hey guys, Norm here with Mobile Glass. We are working on a Nissan Murano, as you can see, and we're going to do windshield repair here. I'm in Cedar Park, and let's see if we can get that to focus. Not easily, right? I'll try it from the outside. See what we're working with. It's a star brake with 3 distinct lines coming off of it. There we go. So let me put the mirror up and see if we can get a better look at it, and then we'll get started. Alrighty, I've cleaned up the glass and put a mirror there so we can get a better look at the damage, if that's gonna help, right? We can only hope. So from here, what we're gonna do here is drill out a little bit the center, right there, that white spot, right where the rock impacted, and clean that up so that we can get the resin to flow through those cracks. So I'll use a Dremel drill with a special glass bit. And we'll get started. I'm just going to go through the exterior layer of the windshield, so not through the entire windshield. And from there, we'll be able to set up our bridge assembly. I'll show you that. It's kind of cold out, so I'll explain some tips for working on windshields, doing windshield chip repair in colder weather. And of course, today we have a special guest for you. Hey, Tank. Say hi, buddy. I'm not sure if you can see there. Black dog is hard to get on film, but we've got our sidekick, so if we run into any trouble, Tank's here for us. Couldn't leave him, so today he is helping me fix windshields. So I'll be right back. Let me get this drilled out a little bit and show you every step along the way. Thanks for watching. Sorry, a lot of changes. This blue plastic sheet is a UV shield because we are in direct sunlight, so we're both dealing with it is a little bit cool outside, but it's warming up with that sun. So I've set up what this is here, the bridge assembly with a suction cup and this barrel on this side here, right over the top. That's the injector. Right over the top of where we drilled, right, the direct center of the damage where the impact was. And we're going to then put resin into this barrel, into this injector, and kind of screw it down. So with pressure, we're going to force that liquid into the damaged area. That's going to displace all the glass. Then, of course, that glue, once it hardens, is going to hold everything together. The displacement of displace all the air inside the glass. The displacement of that air will, kind of cause the reflectiveness of the sun to diminish. So it won't reflect as much once it's one kind of continuous, even though it's really not one continuous piece again. The glue, right, is going to fill in that air, and it won't reflect as much the breaking points, the lines that are coming out from the center. So that's really what you're seeing, those cracks, and those will diminish. They will not disappear, but they will diminish. So at this point, we just want to get it covered so that the light does not cause the resin to cure prematurely. And then we're going to force the resin in now through pressure and give it about 5 minutes or so to work its way through the crack, all the way to the ends of the cracks without putting too much pressure on it and causing those cracks to spread. So sort of science/art in that case. All right, so once we've allowed the resin to fill in completely, we'll use a UV light. It's kind of hard to tell with this light here, but it will make this little plastic kind of glow blue somewhat, if we can get it to focus properly. You can sort of see the bluish glow to it. We're in direct light, so not so much here. Let's try on the paper towel. You can see that it's bluish and just too bright out. So sorry, but trust me, it's a UV light. Not like a regular flashlight, though it does look like it at first glance. So we apply that to the area, and that glue, that resin hardens with the UV light. Then we remove the bridge assembly, as you can see, and what we're left with is a filled in chip. But there's still damage to the surface of the glass and spot where the rock actually impacted, and where we drilled and filled. So that spot we put a little bit of resin, which you can sort of tell is there now, and we're trying to make that harden. And what that is pit filler. It's a harder, thicker resin that will hold up against the elements. Now, we don't want to leave a hole in the surface of the windshield because it's streaking and so forth, and it's just not professional. So we fill that in with this pit filler resin. Apply the UV light again, which is where we're at right now. And then what we're going to do is remove that plastic mylar square that you see, and we'll be left with a little mound, just slight mound of resin. So we're going to use a flat edge razor blade right against the glass and just sort of shave it off, not on an angle, at a 90-degree perpendicular to the surface of the windshield. It will not scratch the windshield as long as you have a nice new razor blade, and we will shave off the excess mound of resin and be left just with a little hole, or a little spot where the hole was. So just a little tiny spot. Let's see if we can show you that process. I should be able to do this just with one hand. So we want that mylar square to come off, not the resin, right? Because it'll pull up right out of the hole, the impact spot. Then we just, moderate amount of force. You don't need to press very hard. You don't need to go too fast. We're just kind of shaving it down, pass after pass. You'll notice it gets smaller and smaller. Eventually, what we're left with is just a little tiny dot right there in the center, and you can see it's a little cloudy looking. All right, so that's not ideal either, right? So we have what we call pit polish, much like wax for a vehicle, and I'll apply the pit polish here in a second. Just a little kind of gel substance put on there, and just massage it in for a good 30 seconds, and that will clear up and be almost as transparent as a windshield. So we'll show you the end result. All right, let's see the end result now. That's what we're working on. Get it to focus. Man, is it hard to see it, huh? There you go. So there's a spot. You can see it's even more transparent than before. And let's check it out from the inside now. There's your repair. All done. Zero chance of that spreading. That filled in perfectly. So if you guys need help with windshield repair or replacement, of course, just give us a call. 800-557-3078. This is Norm at Mobile Glass. And of course, Tank says goodbye as well. Say bye, Tank.